How's it going, everybody? My name is Absoulem, and welcome back. This is part 7 of my full platinum walkthrough for Hollow Knight's Silksong, and I've got a treat for you guys, a little bit easier chapter. Isn't that fun? We only have a couple mind-numbing parts, but otherwise it's relatively easy, and we get to feel like absolute geniuses because we're going to backtrack through all these areas and clear it out. So let me just quickly kind of catch you guys up on where we're at in the game so you kind of understand how this all is flowing together. So all of the areas on the map right now are Act 1, essentially. At the end of Shellwood and Bellheart, that's the end of this quest line right here, the Threadspun Town. And that's a big, like, I guess, like a point of no return, essentially. Like, once you complete that, it pushes a lot of NPCs to the next act, like Act 2 and stuff. It's not necessarily the end of the road, but for what we want to do for the completionist, it's going to be detrimental if we did that. So I don't even know if it's possible, to be honest. I think you can still do it. There are like weird ways that are still being discovered, but it's like, you know, I'm not going to risk that. So I'm just going to show you the normal way. So we don't want to progress the end of Bellheart and Shellwood and complete that final, like the upper part of Shellwood and the Bellheart area. We don't want to do that. Remember where all those bodies are hanging in Bellheart? We actually haven't like done much of Bellheart, so we have to finish that. That'll be like next chapter probably, I assume, depending on how I decide to go about it. I'm either going to continue what we're doing today or we'll go to the Bellheart section. But today we are going to go through, because now we've unlocked all of our skills that we need to access all of these different areas. So what we're going to do is we're going to backtrack to Bone Bottom, and we're going to accept a whole bunch of quest lines. And then we're going to go to Wormways and Bone Bottom and the Marrow and the Deep Docks and Farfields and Greymoor and maybe Hunter's March if we have time. But I'm going to go through all these areas, and we're just going to unlock new areas, get new items, meet new NPCs, do a whole bunch of cleanup, basically. So it's going to be fun. There is a couple obstacle courses in Farfield and a couple other spots that you're going to love. You're just going to love it, and everything's going to be fun. So let's get started. And you know, of course, how we start things here. It's going to be with our Part 7's foreshadowing quote, which is, "A clean space is a clean mind." So let's go clean up, everybody. Come on. Now, there is a boss in this chapter that you might have bug out. It's very buggy at the moment. I don't think anyone on the internet knows exactly why it doesn't spawn. It also seems to be kind of like a random thing. The good news for you is that it's not necessarily required for the completionist, other than like maybe that you wanted to see it. But yeah, it's the second Skull Tyrant boss, and without like going too crazy, it basically ruins Bone Bottom. He invades it, he kills this little guy right here, and there's a couple options that can happen, but it basically is very annoying that like it breaks the bench and the board and all that crap, so it's kind of annoying. But I don't know, it's not required because the journal entry for the bugs, you collect it off the first boss. You don't have to kill it again to finish out the journal. So it's not required on that front for that part of the completionist. And then the wish that it's tied to, we complete before we fight that boss. So realistically, it's kind of like a secret optional boss that's not really required, if that makes sense. But it's, I'm going to show you a way. I'm hoping it won't glitch out. But like I said, it might. It just seems kind of buggy. Because the way to trigger it most likely is in the early game. It's kind of a punishment in a way, and which is why I think it breaks Bone Bottom. But it also could happen later in the game. It's just very bizarre because you have to get the cling tool from Bellheart to even get this quest. So you have to make it to where we're at with Shellwood and Bellheart. You can't. It won't even spawn this quest until you've made it to these points. So it's not an early game, but it's not late game. And it's not, I don't know, it's just hard to explain, but when we finish a quest line, this one right here, the Terrible Tyrant, when we finish it and turn it in, you're supposed to be able to walk left and it spawns that boss fight. He comes in right here, and then he just kills this boy. And then you fight him here, and then you have to repair it. There's a huge cutscene afterwards, and that's an optional secret boss. And you would think that that's tied to like the completionist trophy, but it doesn't appear to be. You know, it's not listed in any of the requirements or anything like that. So I guess if you don't get it, it's fine. Just, you know, I guess we'll set it up, and then if it ends up spawning for you later, if it did glitch or something, then at least you'll have it set up. But like I was saying, the only things that actually matter for completionists are the collectible items and the storyline bosses and the secret bosses. But since we kill him once, it actually checks off for us, and we get the item that you get from killing that boss. So there's really no consequence for not getting it other than that you missed a sad cutscene. They have a funeral, and it's sad. Also, there's a couple alternative ways you can even have that cutscene where if you speak to this guy, you'll get his name, and they'll build a statue, but if you don't speak to him, you'll never get his name, and you don't know how to label the statue. Also, later in the game, you can find out that he, I don't want to spoil anything, but I'm just saying there's a lot of alternative paths tied to this tyrant, terrible tyrant thing. So I'm going to show you what I'm going to do. If it ends up being different for you, you get the boss, you don't get the boss, don't freak out. As long as we get that wish complete and we kill the first one, you'll be okay. All right? So just want to clear that up because I know a lot of people are going to probably be curious about that. But anyways, yes, we are going to accept all of these. We're going to first donate to the life-saving bridge. I mean, we did break the bridge after all, so we did it. For once, we had money. And then just go ahead and accept both of these. The terrible tyrant. Alright, so the board should be clear. Also, we are going to be buying a lot of this lady's stuff. We're going to be buying the mass shard and the key today. I know, I avoided buying the key, but now it's time. So try not to blow any rosaries. Be very careful not to lose your rosaries. If right now you're like, I don't want to die. If you are dying a lot in this game so far, we're about to go fight a boss, and if you don't think that you can get back to your cocoon to save your beads, I would go ahead and purchase the simple key now. Just get that one out of the way, so you don't, in case you lose your rosaries. So do it now if you want. Otherwise, we're gonna get it here in a little bit. So I'm gonna go ahead and rest here, and now we are gonna backtrack into Marrow. So we have to. Whoops. We have a wish that is, we're going to be doing the volatile flint beetles. So we have 3 little beetles we have to track. And you can actually find these, actually, what crest am I running? Ooh, hold on. Let me, actually, before we get going, we want to swap our crest back to, or I'm going to. I prefer the one that's, the Wanderer crest. I like that it saves your loadouts without you having to like redo it. There's so many games that just like you'll change your whatever, like the thing, and then it resets all your skills or whatever. So I do like that it saves your preferred loadout. Also, a lot of these enemies, feel free to go back and kill them because we will have to do it anyways. And you'll know what enemies you need to be working on by here. So that one that I just killed, Skull Scuttler, I have to beat 11 more of these to finish that item or that enemy. So we're gonna have to farm all of these enemies. So, you know, I know it might be annoying to like backtrack the simple enemies, but they are absolutely needed. And you can figure out which ones maybe you don't need and skip those if you want. So, anyways, here's the first beetle. Just stay out of the fire. I need him to get off these stairs. Ooh. Yeah, he's a very explosive little guy. But that's going to give us some flint gem. Now we have the second one. So now we need to go up. He tried. I'll give him that. He definitely tried. Sorry, I wanted those beads. Hold on. I went the wrong way. It's the other way up. Hold on. Yeah, alright, cool. Just want to double check. See, right here, you can track their scent, and it'll actually draw that little line. You can follow it. Oh. Well then. Come on. What'd you learn? Whoa there. Alright, you know what? You gotta go. Alright. This is how I wanted this to go. Second one. We are almost done. And now it's... Okay, yeah, it's down and to the right. That's right. I have so many notes now for all these items that I'm like, make sure... Oh, hold on. We gotta come over here first. We gotta get a memory locket. It's a little lockdown, nothing crazy. That's a journal entry for us. This was foreshadowed a little bit for us earlier when we read that sign back in the I think the very first chapter, if I'm not mistaken, where it said like it was a sign right below us, but it was kind of hinting at this area. But yeah, grab the memory locket. Yeah, this sign, it was like talking about the horrors and all that, blah blah blah. So yeah, we did it. That's what made me so stressed out when I played Hollow Knight for the first time and platinumed it, was all these areas, you know, it's hard to know where you're going and everything, but then there's like a million little secret areas, and then you unlock a skill, and now it's like, oh, did you know you can climb the entire wall and go up to the top? And it just felt like it was an ever-expanding world. And this game is like far more intricate in my opinion. But it's cool. It's cool, but it's stressful. Oh, you stole my beads. Now I hate you. Yeah, the one thing about this game that I really love is the decision to have multiple crest, like loadouts, for playstyles. Because, I mean, Hollow Knight's, you know, it was just one playstyle. If you're ever wondering, like, what that, like, thing is, it's the flea brew. I believe it. I think it's this. Yeah, I'm pretty sure it's the flea brew that causes that. It's like a random chance at basically negating all damage and like doing double damage. I think it's like an unmarked ability of the flea brew. I might be wrong on that, but I'm pretty sure that's what that little like flashing thing is, because you'll just instantly kill everything. All right. Let's see. Let's go down. See if we can track our boy. We actually can collect shards again. Isn't that fun? It does. It's weird that the shards and all are not used in like this game like they were in Hollow Knight. It's all about the beads. But it feels kind of pointless in my opinion. Because like it would be fine if you didn't max out at 400. I feel like it should be like maybe 1,000 maybe. Oops, actually it's this way. It's right here. Oh wait, kill this guy first. What does he spawn? I guess I'm just going crazy, guys. I guess that's not an enemy. So this is why I love the Wanderer thing, because it's just so fast too. Not only do you have the downward pogo, but it's just so rapid. Alright, so that is going to complete that wish. So now we are done. All we have to do is turn it back in. That's exciting. And go rest at this bench real quick. I'm deciding if I want to go back to Bone Bottom or not. Yeah, I'm just trying to think of like a way to save it from glitching, because I'm not, I know a lot about, I guess, like game design in general, just in other games. And I think one of the things, my theory of that boss fight not triggering, is that usually people are turning in all 3 of the things. And I wonder if you turn it in one at a time, if it would be less, like the game wouldn't trigger 3 different things. So I'm gonna try it. So I would really like to get it. As much as I hate that it destroys Bone Bottom and it makes us pay for the bench and all that, I would rather it work, you know? It's kind of sad, like, the boss just destroys the entire Bone Bottom. They have a funeral, and then you have to, like, help them rebuild, and it's, like, really pathetic. And, anyways, turn in our thing. Yay! So that's going to give us another memory locket, which we can use now, both of our memory lockets. Hold on. What is going on? I'm just gonna kit the Wanderer out, because that's the one I'm gonna use mostly. So I'm just gonna kit it out. Actually, no, I'd rather the compass. That'll be nice. I don't need these other ones. So yeah, I mean, look at us now. We're crushing it. You don't have to do that if you don't want. If you want to save your memory lockets for later, that's totally fine. I just wanted to have a full kit. All right, so now you'll be able to see me on the map. Yay. All right, so now what we need to do is go hunt the tyrant. And he is going to be kind of down and to the right. It's like a hidden area that we haven't reached yet. Make sure we rest at this bench. That's our closest bench, really, at the moment at least. One of the good things about the farming the enemies is definitely don't be working on that now. I mean, like, obviously kill what you can, but what's good is that usually by the end of the game, you'll have a ton of the stuff already, like more than you'd ever expect. Because a lot of these enemies end up reoccurring in other areas. All right, so come over here to the right first, and we can get the beads. Just watch out for the obvious spikes and boulder. And then this area coming up has 2 enemies. It's a bitch, but don't worry. Just power through it is the easiest method. So I find that that's the easiest because we're about to get our silk completely restored. Or at least for the most part. But just jump and trigger that boulder. And then we're going to drop down. And then come over here for some more beads. Trigger that, and then watch the spikes. No! Oh, we lost the bead. Oh, no. And yes, you do have to come this far every time. So yeah, basically the route back, what's nice about it is that, so those 2 guys that if you just take the hits and just get through them, basically you'll come over here and then you can use your heals and then you can replenish it off the big guy right here. And then you'll be practically done. So I'm gonna go ahead and use all my silk. And then when we jump up, we have a full spool of silk here. So now we're back. So with that big guy and that full spool, you'll be good. Now before we go up to the top and fight the boss, go over here and trigger the shortcut, which is finally going to link us back in this area. So you might or might not remember this. I think we reached it in chapter 1 or 2 of this walkthrough. And also that little guy is a good place to farm back health as well. You can just reset at the door and come back if you need it. But now is the tyrant that we are hunting. So that's the terrible tyrant. And this is the guy we need to fight for the journal entry, and then hopefully he won't bug out. Alright, I figured I would show the run back here just so you can see what it looks like and how I just cheese the enemies here. I just take the hit, jump across. You can kill this guy, or if you get hit by him, it's okay. And now I'll trigger the boulder. And all I'm trying to do is get enough to be able to use my heals. And I'm going to get the first couple hits off this guy. Alright, as soon as I get it, I'll come down here and heal. Kill him, and now we're almost there. And then with the silk spool, we are good to go. Plus you have this little guy. And then you also have your, your cocoon as well. So anyways, that's how you can just speed run that, not really worry about the enemies every time. So whenever he starts to run in place, that's your signal to back up and jump over him. And then otherwise all he does is jump. Or, jump up and down and trigger the boulders. Nothing crazy. So yeah, just look for his feet. You'll know what he's doing. Oh. And boom. It's not that hard. Oh, come on. I can't be getting hit by a boulder when I'm locked into a... Okay. But yeah, go ahead and pick up the crown. Yeah, crown fragment. And that's what theoretically updates the second boss. So I'm not sure if it's the same guy or like his wife or sister or another member of their little tribe there or not, but I don't know. Like somehow one of those comes and like has revenge in Bone Bottom. Now, as far as exactly how to get it to work, you know, it's a little unclear to most people. But now you'll see though, the Terrible Tyrant's done once we turn in the thing at the sign. But also, you'll see that our journal entry's done. So we don't actually need another Skull Tyrant, if that makes sense. Okay, that is some spikes right there. Those are more spikes. I was just testing it. Just testing it. All right. I'm gonna go see if it triggers before I continue on. I'm just doing one at a time here instead of stacking everything. Hopefully this works. All right, so we're gonna go ahead and buy the key before we trigger the thing, if it does work, just in case. Also, if you can't afford this, then what you're gonna do is turn it in. It's gonna give you a rosary, like a very big rosary. Also, don't forget, you might have some rosaries to break and do that. But it's gonna give us one that's gonna give us like, I think it's 250 rosary beads when the reward for doing this quest. So it's gonna give us the, what's it called? The heavy rosary necklace. So we can pop that for 220. Yeah, so that allows you to get everything from, you don't want to buy these two items, because once you buy craft metal and the mass shard, if you don't buy the rosary string, it'll actually go away, because it only counts these items as her shop. So if you buy these and then you leave this, she'll teleport away, and then you won't be able to buy the rosary string until you find her again. So keeping her in Bone Bottom is actually pretty nice, because we can just always know where she's at. So we're gonna buy this probably this chapter, if not next chapter, but that'll be good. So definitely inspect the board, and then don't rest at the bench from this point. Just if it triggers, it triggers. We need to talk to homie. And now I'm gonna rest. And then I want to run all the way over and leave the area. And we'll see if it triggers or not. I'm gonna try saving and quitting, reset the world. All right, we'll see if this works or not. Doesn't look like it. It might happen later too. It's not necessarily has to happen, but yeah, it's supposed to happen when you turn in the crown shard thing that we pick up. But you can also backtrack to that boss fight, and you'll find new there as well. So I'm gonna do one last thing to see if we can get it to work. And it might be different now since they updated. You know, they're making changes to this game, so it might be that it's just random. Once you've done this chapter, it might just be a random trigger at some point versus right away. So it's a little unclear now. But like I said, it's just more like a bonus, not necessarily tied to the trophies. So don't worry about it too much. I'm just trying to showcase it if I can. So I'm going to go to like Shellwood or something. I'm just going to go as far away as possible and then come right back. Because there's people online talking about how it triggered for them like way later. So, you know, it might just be the way that they maybe they updated or whatever, and maybe now it's this like the revenge fight in Bone Bottom is just at some point before a certain point. Because basically you'll come in right here and all of a sudden the boss will just come steamrolling like this direction and just charges this guy, and then it breaks the bench. So you'll know it's happening. It's a very obvious thing. So it's okay though. Let's not worry about it. So what we do need to worry about though is going to Deep Docks. Let's see. Yeah, it'll be faster to travel. And we're gonna get a trophy, I believe. You should if you've been following the walkthrough. We're gonna rest here. Wait, hang on. Well, let me get my bearings straight real quick. Okay, where my notes need to be a little bit better. Hold on. Just give me 1 second. Oh, no wonder. Okay. Yeah, here we go. Now we're where we need to be. I went left instead of right. So we're gonna get that mass shard right there. And what we need to do is come over to the left. I got Liam Neeson on us. All right, then we're gonna have a little bit of a lockdown here. Nothing too crazy. All right. It was embarrassing how I died. I don't want to talk about it. Not where I expected to die, if I'm being real. Sometimes I think it, like, the principle of, like, when it's too easy, sometimes it's harder. Now, game, that seems a bit unfair when you spawn them as I'm jumping. I'm gonna try to time it. Oh, I almost had all three. Into the lava you go. Oh. Oh, I thought I was gonna kill him in the lava. Oh well. That would have been cool. That would have been pretty freaking cool. Alright, now we're gonna get a trophy. A little trophy called Protected. Hell yeah. Now, if you'd already bought the mass shard at the shop in the beginning, you probably already had that trophy. But for us poor people, we just got that trophy. And that's for getting our first, like, 4 mass shards. Oh no. We got our mask and we lost him just like that. No, we're gonna be pretty set up after this. We're gonna get a tool this chapter that's gonna allow us to replenish extra health. If that sounds fun to you guys. Sounds pretty cool. Just gonna see if that boss fight will trigger by chance. Now that I've done something else in the game. If not, I'm just gonna give up on it. And maybe it'll happen later. Why won't you kill everybody? Come on. Well, maybe later. Alright, so let's see. Yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and pop some rosaries. Whatever you need to do to get the mask shard. We want to get 300. So whatever you want to do, if you want to save the heavy one, that'd be probably the smartest way to do it. I'm gonna do one of those and one of those. And I have the exact amount. So get that. That'll be nice. That'll get us one step closer to that trophy. There's a lot of mass shards in this game. Alright, so now let's see, we are now going to... Alright, let's see. Do we want to go to... Yeah, let's go do Wormways next. There's not really a specific order here. I'm just kind of doing what is easy. So now we have that key, remember. Finally, right? The good news is that's one of the more expensive items. But late game, some of the items are like 800. So... For now, though, that's the most expensive item we had was that 500 key. So there's more keys in the world. Some of them are free. Some of them cost money. They're just kind of around. So this is the one that we need. There's 2 key areas in this first act. It's the one in Deep Doc's room, and then there's one that we're going to now. So use our simple key. And this is the left side of Wormways. So there's a whole nother area. And there's even a further left side. But this is a absolute maze. So try to really follow along with where I'm at. Let me pull up my map on my notes side of my thing. Okay. It's gonna start off kind of normal, and then it's gonna become not. Oh, no, I did jump. My god, just drop game. Thank you. So first we're going to break open this shortcut back to Moss Home. So that's step one. And then these things, we're going to be going to an NPC and we're going to come back and find all 3 of those. We can't get it right now, though. Oh my god, please. Alright. Alright, got our stuff back. So we need to kill, I think it's 24 of those total. So come to the left here. Oh my gosh. Again, feel free to farm the health off of these guys. I like to have a full one because those random little guys might spawn so you can hit your thread. This game does not want to work with me today. Alright. Yeah, we need a lot of those. These guys. Yeah, I need 22 more. So just try to be killing as many. Alright. Why? Alright, I'm back where I died. We are continuing left here. Oh, wouldn't let me use my ability. Come on. It takes 5 hits, but also that the ability only does 4. Oh, there's a memory locket down here. Alright, I feel like we all saw me hit the... There we go. It's all the way in the bottom right. So you'll see me on the map go all the way to the bottom right, and that's where our memory locket is. But yeah, this Wanderer thing allows us to get, whatchamacallit, these guys a lot easier. Got him. Alright. So that blue thing is over there. Don't worry about that. You would go this way to get that. We don't need to go that way just yet. What we need to do is kind of backtrack now that we've gotten the memory locket. Let's backtrack the way we came. And this was like, that way to the right was where we came in this place, and then we went down here first. So that opens up the whole bottom area is what we just did. So now we're gonna go get the left and the upper part. And then this will connect us back to that long tunnel that's in the middle of Wormways. So this area over here, don't worry about it. We can't get there just yet, but there is it's kind of a later in the game type of thing. So don't worry about it. Ugh. I hate this part right here. You have to be very quick. Oh, one hit late. Got him. Alright, I get it. You spawn. Finally killed him. Alright, that just loops back around. We need to go up now. Continue going up. All the way. Now we're going to meet this madman. Feel free to rest first. And he's going to give us a wish that we need to collect. Xylitol. This is one of the most underrated tools in the game. If you played Hollow Knight, you remember the blue shells you could get that were like bubbles extra health on your character? This is kind of this game's version of that. Thanks to good old Xylitol's inventions, we can inject ourselves. Alright, so now we need to equip that pen that he just gave us. The needle file. And now go find those three blue, whatchamacallits. I am really sick of these guys. Dog, I'm in the middle. Alright. So don't worry if you break it, it'll regrow immediately. Whoops. You have to hold it. And then you can release it, and that'll collect one. And we have to do that for all three. So that's the one in the middle there. Now we need to make our way all the way down to the bottom left. This is one of my least favorite, like, navigational areas. I'm trying to spice it up, but I'm trying to also remember. So I'm sure it's a little bit slow moving in this chapter, but mainly because I'm just trying to remember every crevice. Yes, we're making the right path. If these guys could just, I don't know, piss off entirely, that would be helpful. Actually, I think it's up and over, if I remember. Yes. Watch out for the spikes on top. Alright. Why? Sometimes this game, you'll hit the button, and it's like, did you want to do the other thing that's the same button? I don't know why they had to make the tool and the ability both use the right bumper. And then directionally is how you fight, so up and down, side to side, right? But if you happen to press your ability and you're fighting someone in the sky at the same time, oh, you're gonna use your tool. I just feel like it should be a different button mapping. Anyways, sorry, that was my little rant right there. Now we need to make our way to the bottom right. I need to farm health. Oh my goodness. Alright. I'm trying to show the map every so often so you can see where we're at. So it's bottom right of the lower area, the bottom left of the lower area, and then kind of right below where you meet the NPC in that like rectangle, diagonal, trapezoid looking room. I don't know. All right. Yes, the noteworthy areas of this zone are the memory locket, the shortcut back to whatchamacallit? Hang on. So the shortcut back to Mosso. There's another shortcut as well, and then obviously the NPC quest line. Those are the main things to get. Just honest work. Someone's got to do it. And then there's another shortcut right here that you're going to be pretty cool about. That goes back to that middle tower. So once that's broken, that's all the things to do at the moment. So now we want to go all the way up where the NPC was and redeem it for that super OP item. Here you go.
Hasbin?
Come on, we have places to be, buddy. Alright, now we can equip that. Boom. So that's going to inject us with gain health beyond their natural limits. So that's huge. That is huge. Oh. Okay, I don't know why that looked like it, even though I hadn't written it down or anything. So now we're back. Run for our lives. Can't catch me still. Ha ha ha. Alright, let me make sure we got everything here. Alright, now we're going to go to Far Fields. We're going to continue that quest later. Don't worry about that. You want to just be... we've done all of these so far, so we're making good progress on all the things. But now we're going to go... We've done the stuff we need to do in Bone Bottom and Wormways. The Marrow is done for now. Deep Docks is done. And now there's... If you see on our map, we're filling in the secret areas. But you can see that there's that missing area in the dead center on where my reticles are, basically. That area needs to be complete. And then there's an area over to the right of where Pilgrim's Rest is that we need to get to. So we're going to do that. And then we'll make our way to Greymoor, and that'll be where we finish. So still got a lot of ground to cover. I'm trying to go as fast as I can, but it's a tedious chapter, and I want to make sure I'm showing it all. All right, so leave the craft metal. Just don't buy that at all. Yeah, let's teleport to. We're gonna go to Deep Docks. That'll be faster, I believe. The flea in the far fields area is absolutely insane. You're gonna love it. If you like the obstacle courses of this game, you're really gonna like it. It's one of my favorite diabolical for no reason moments of this game. It's just like, why? Why are we doing that to ourselves? So yeah, now that we have the abilities, we can get to these areas. Ooh, I got that one complete. Let's go. So yeah, now we can wall run up here. And then we're gonna go to the left first. And get some beads. We needed it too. We were starting to be a real poor person. Like, we just can't allow that. Before we do anything, hit this lever and open up one of the last shortcuts in the deep docks. And rest at the bench, and that's going to be our main bench. Make sure I got everything. Yeah, alright, so good luck. I'm going to try to show you what it looks like. You want to hit that and just glide as hard to the right as you can. And then you're going to dash, and then boom. And then up, and then up, and then you want to hit it, but not too high. And then you float, and you'll barely make it. You with me? You following me so far? Don't drop back down. That's where we came from. Now we're gonna kill boy. Oh, homeboy. Actually, I'm gonna heal. Gotcha. Tag. And now our reward is this fancy chest of stuff. So not too hard. The flea one is much harder. And then this will open up a cool little shortcut back to far fields. So that's pretty cool. And now let's see. I can go this way. I'll be fine. Oh, whoops, I forgot about you. So there's this door here, so we need to do this whole loop around to open that up. So that's what we're going to be doing now. So what we want to do is drop one more floor down to the subway station, the Bellway. And the... Oops, that's not it. It's one more. There we go. We want the bench and the Bellway. So now we filled out that area of far fields, and now what we're going to do is head under here to this diabolical area. And if you're quick about it, you can get over it and then just float. Now that'll airway your way back. Let me check my notes real quick. Alright, yes, we are on track. This one's much harder than that last one we did. I even think it's harder than Hunter's March's little obstacle. Just because it's using all of our skills now. And all of this is just for a flea, so it's pretty crazy. So this goes back to, you might recognize the seamstress. So now that's a little shortcut back here, I guess, if you need that. But yes, now is when things get diabolical. Good luck. Oh my god, I can do this. Alright, you know, I'm gonna farm this guy. No, go up. I'm gonna go all the way. No! Ah, I didn't go to the right. That's such a finesse little... So you can hold it, if you can make it. Dash and then get it. There we go. Come on. Come on, buddy. Come over here where I can get you. It's almost like the developers want to rage bait you. It's almost like... Okay, awesome. Nope, you know what? I don't care anymore. So, of course, get the beads. And now this one, I would recommend killing the enemy first. Like, trigger him to where he comes and fights you. There we go. Now this one, you want to go up and then hold to the left. Kind of like shoot yourself diagonally left. And then try to make it. But this is a non-stop obstacle. So good luck with this part. This is the infuriating part, in my opinion. So hold it hard left. Dash, and then you have to time that perfectly. And then you're going to time this. Nope. Almost. Man, sometimes hitting those combos. It's being really annoying. What is happening? I'm hitting it. There we go. Then you gotta time that one and then hit the air wave. Oh no. On that last wall that I bounced and died on, you've got to land on the lowest part because when you jump, you got to avoid these ceiling crystals. So hopefully I'll get it here. See it like that. It's a very tough jump. But now we are done. Just don't go to the left or right. Now, don't go fight that man just yet. And also, don't open the door. We want to kill him. It's better for you to die to this enemy than to open that door and not get the journal entry. Okay, so the good news is the run back you'll get really good at. But let's see. I'm gonna show you a couple ways to do this. So we want to get him away from the door. He'll most likely follow me. Yeah, so this area is safe up here, right? He's either gonna jump up and you can just keep dropping down on him and pogoing, or you can he'll do this where he just keeps running back and forth. And then sometimes he'll do both. So it's a slow fight, but the thing is, you don't want to hit that door. Usually after a couple times, he'll finally start jumping up. And I'll show a little bit of like actually fighting it. You just don't want to hit that lever at all, so don't even risk it. Like, don't hit your skill next to it. Don't do anything. I'm gonna come back over here and heal while we're safe. Finally, we did it! The Beast Shard. So you definitely want to kill him. And now you'll have the Rhino Grund. We need one more, and it's found later on in the game, so don't worry about that. But you definitely need to get that. Like I said, if for some reason you did trigger this doorway, after you kill him, it's fine. But if for some reason you did, what you're going to want to do is come over here. You're going to buy the door in there. You'd probably want to buy everything that that shop owner has, first of all. I don't know 100% if that's needed or not, but I would do it just in case. Go in there and buy everything that that shop owner has, and then there's a thing that you can just hit above the door, and it'll disable the doorway, and then that will make the doorway permanent. And then when you teleport away, like just travel to some other area and then come back, that enemy will teleport and he'll come into the house and he'll be wrecking the shop up, and then you can fight him then. That's not always guaranteed. It is kind of buggy, but that's the intended way to find that bug if you let him out of the room. Obviously, the best route to get the journal entry for the Platinum Trophy is to just kill him in that room and not risk the whole thing. So that's that. If you did that, you are done with the hard part of this chapter, and probably Act 1, honestly. I think that's a very difficult section for the run-back purpose, the enemy, all of that. But yeah, now you're done. Let's see. What are we doing now? Honestly, I think I'll leave it there, and then we'll do Greymoor and Hunter's March in the next one. I was gonna do Greymoor now, but there's a whole area we can get to, so I'm gonna kind of do these two, and then wrap up Shellwood probably next chapter. So that way we finish it, and then that'll leave us for part 9 to be Bellheart and onward. So, or something like that at least. But yeah, I'm just gonna, I guess I'll make my way to the bench. We'll leave off there. It just took longer to do this than I expected it. But yeah, all right, cool. Well, I will see you in chapter 8. I'll have that up soon enough, because I already have all the stuff ready for that, so I just have to hit record. But yeah, I will see you guys in the next one. Thank you guys. Good luck with that that last section in Far Fields. Good luck.